Women get excited about the fasting mimicking diet and want to try it for the metabolic reset benefits. But here's where things get complicated. They're typically already following a restrictive diet, possibly even a lectin-free approach because of gut issues and inflammation. If this resonates, FMD can bring you face to face with conflicting information. Can you even do an FMD meal plan while avoiding lectins? What can you actually eat on the plant paradox lectin-free diet during a 5-day fast? Every resource seems to contradict the last one. Here's what most women don't realize. The standard fasting mimicking diet relies heavily on vegetables that can trigger lectin sensitivity. Tomatoes, squash, cabbage, all the things you're trying to avoid. But once you understand which vegetables work for both protocols, the confusion disappears. If you've been stuck between wanting the benefits of the fasting mimicking diet and needing to stay lectin-free, stay with me. By the end of this video, I'll share exactly what happened when my patient finally got her FMD meal plan right and why it changed everything. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Gayla Gorman, a licensed acupuncturist, naturopath, and author of What's Your Kryptonite? If you'd like to connect with me, use the QR code on the screen or go to drgayla.com/links. On this channel, I'm here to help you reverse the effects of chronic stress so that you can cruise through midlife and beyond symptom-free. So how does the fasting mimicking diet actually compare to other popular fasting approaches? If you've tried intermittent fasting or heard about it from friends, you might be wondering which approach makes more sense for where you are right now. Let's start by looking at the key differences between FMD and intermittent fasting and why one might work better for your midlife body than the other. Intermittent fasting gets a lot of attention, but here's the challenge for women in midlife. It requires daily discipline with strict eating windows that can feel exhausting when you're already juggling hormonal shifts and energy crashes. The fasting mimicking diet takes a different approach. You eat specific low-calorie, nutrient-rich foods for just 5 days, then return to normal eating, which means your body gets the fasting benefits without the constant willpower drain. While intermittent fasting focuses on when you eat, FMD focuses on what you eat during those 5 days, keeping you in a fasting state while actually feeding your cells the nutrients they need. Intermittent fasting demands ongoing commitment to daily eating windows like 16-8, which is essentially a 16-hour fasting period with an 8-hour eating window. This can really disrupt social plans, family meals, and your already complicated schedule. FMD is cyclical, not constant, so you do it for 5 consecutive days every few months, making it far more sustainable when you're dealing with midlife responsibilities and unpredictable energy levels. The cellular benefits go deeper with FMD. It triggers autophagy, your body's cellular cleanup process, and can reduce biological age markers by up to 2.5 years after just a few cycles, while preserving muscle mass that's already harder to maintain during this life stage. In a 2024 study published in Nature Communications by USC Leonard Davis School of Gerontology, the fasting mimicking diet, FMD, was found to be a scientifically validated intervention where people following this specific 5-day plant-based eating protocol most months triggers measurable biological age reduction and metabolic improvements. The diet restricts calories to 750 to 1100 per day during this 5-day cycle. I actually have a different approach that we'll talk about as we move through this video, but in this particular research, it consistently showed patterns like reduced insulin resistance, decreased liver and abdominal fat, immune system rejuvenation, and an average 2.5-year reduction in biological age. We mentioned that before, but it's important to repeat. 2.5-year reduction in biological age after just repeating this 5-day fasting mimicking diet for just a few times. You can see what kind of cumulative effects you would have if you really adopted this practice on a long-term basis. Benefits go far beyond normal healthy eating or chronic calorie restriction. The authors of the study argue that this periodic dietary intervention is significant because it's the first food-based approach to demonstrate biological age reversal without requiring permanent lifestyle changes, making it an achievable option that clinicians recommend to patients seeking disease risk reduction and cellular rejuvenation. Understanding the difference between FMD and intermittent fasting is one thing, but knowing what to actually eat is where it gets real. And here's what catches most women off guard. The meal plan isn't just about eating less, it's about eating smart, because not all vegetables are created equal when you're trying to reset your metabolism and heal your gut at the same time. So let me walk through what actually goes on your plate or in your bowl during these 5 days, and why some of the healthy choices in standard FMD protocols might be sabotaging your results. If you're struggling to figure out what actually works when it comes to different eating approaches, especially as a woman in midlife, you'll find some specific guidance in one of my other videos, Food Diet Hacks Women 40 Plus Swear By. The link should pop up right here on your screen, and if you miss it, no worries, I've included it in the description below. Let's continue exploring the other benefits of the fasting mimicking diet that make it such a powerful tool for women navigating midlife health challenges. Most FMD meal plans rely on plant-based vegetable soups. But here's the problem. Many standard soup ingredients like tomatoes, peppers, beans, and cucumbers contain lectins that can trigger inflammation and gut issues. If you're wondering what to eat with the Plant Paradox Lectin-Free diet during your 5-day fast, the answer is rebuilding your soups around cruciferous vegetables and approved leafy greens that deliver nutrients without triggering inflammation. The typical protocol keeps you between 750 and 1100 calories using soups, teas, and supplements. Understanding what to eat with Plant Paradox diet principles means choosing vegetables that support both fasting benefits and gut healing. So build your soups with cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and bok choy. These are lectin-free and provide fiber and micronutrients that support detoxification during your 5-day cycle. Use approved vegetables for flavor and body, including celery, onions, garlic, mushrooms, asparagus, and herbs like basil and parsley instead of nightshades or starchy vegetables that spike insulin. Skip potatoes completely. They contain lectins that cooking can't neutralize and may cause leaky gut and brain fog when your body is trying to heal. The Boehringer Wilhelmi Institute in Europe has been guiding patients through lengthy fasts for decades. They use a fasting mimicking protocol, and I based my FMD diet plan, I call it Fast Well Week, on their model. Simple vegetables, carrots, celery, onions, leeks, are pureed to avoid triggering digestion. It's also really important that you do not add any fats that would normally be used to saute vegetables. Any fats will potentially trigger digestion. The warm soup is soothing to the digestive and nervous system. I make extra and freeze it so that it's ready to go for what I refer to as my Fast Well week. So now you know which vegetables to use and which ones to skip when you're building your FMD meal plan. You've got the practical piece sorted out, but there's something else going on here that makes all the difference. When you understand what's actually happening inside your body during those 5 days, the real science behind why this works, that's when it all makes sense. But here's what really matters. The benefits you're chasing, lower inflammation, cellular repair, metabolic reset, they're all connected to one thing. And the fastest way to unlock those results is by addressing the stress that's been blocking your progress all along. So you've got your meal plan figured out, the right vegetables, the ones to skip, how to build your soups without triggering inflammation. But here's what makes all of that effort worth it. When you see what's actually happening in your body during those 5 days, you'll understand why this approach works when so many other things haven't. The fasting mimicking diet delivers benefits that go far beyond what most people expect from a 5-day eating plan. We're talking about measurable changes in how your body functions at the cellular level. Dr. Jason Fung emphasizes that FMD switches your body from burning glucose to burning fat, activating autophagy, your body's cellular cleanup process, and lowering insulin levels, which is particularly important for women dealing with insulin resistance and metabolic issues and stubborn weight that won't budge with traditional dieting. The research shows that just 3 monthly cycles can reduce your biological age by 2.5 years. I can't emphasize that enough. It also decreases insulin resistance by 20%, lowers liver fat, and improves immune system markers, all without requiring chronic dietary restrictions or permanent lifestyle changes. Autophagy and cellular regeneration kick in during FMD, meaning your body breaks down damaged cells and proteins, recycles them for energy, and promotes stem cell renewal across multiple organ systems, essentially giving your body a deep reset that's impossible to achieve with normal eating patterns. Metabolic improvements are substantial. Study participants showed reduced insulin resistance, normalized blood glucose, HbA1c dropped from 5.8 to 5.43, decreased fat, visceral, and liver, and lowered blood pressure, addressing the root causes of metabolic syndrome that become more common during midlife hormonal transitions. The benefits compound over time. 3 FMD cycles, remember, just takes 3, and I recommend doing this 1 time a month, but they're saying even just practiced annually, starting at around age 50, can extend predicted lifespan by up to 12 years at the maximum range. Not by constantly restricting food, remember, but by giving your body periodic breaks that slow biological aging and preserve muscle mass while burning fat stores. Remember what I mentioned at the beginning? Women are often excited about FMD, but overwhelmed by all the conflicting information. Once you understand which vegetables work with both the fasting mimicking diet and your lectin-free needs, everything changes. No more confusion about what to eat, no more inflammation sabotaging your results. So now you know exactly what to put on your plate during those 5 days. I recommend leaning more into putting things in your bowl, but more importantly, you know why those choices matter for your metabolism. And remember what I said at the beginning of this video. I have had many success stories with patients that have leaned into practicing this Fast Well Week protocol with me with amazing results, improved gut health, and long-term wellness. So because the fasting mimicking diet isn't about deprivation, it's about giving your body the specific reset it needs to heal without the guesswork or the overwhelm, it really is a great solution and something you should try if you've been feeling a little stuck around fasting or any kind of diet that you've been practicing. And if your best efforts to live a healthy lifestyle and do all the things you've been led to think are supposed to work aren't getting the job done, you may even be feeling like you take 2 steps forward and 3 back. I have more resources to help you navigate midlife. Just go to drgala.com/links and watch my next video where I show you how to manage the toxic stress that's sabotaging your efforts. You can eliminate the symptoms that seem to be piling up in midlife naturally without medication, crazy diets, intense exercise, or any other unsustainable lifestyle hack.